Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter World, and today we had another developer diary for this fantastic game, but unfortunately this was the last developer diary. Now understand that this is the last developer diary does not mean that it is the last update for the game, but we are slowly but surely approaching the end of the development life cycle for Iceborne. And I understand that a lot of people are like, no, but I want another expansion and this and that and the other. And I mentioned this in the live stream and I would like to mention it again. I feel like a lot of people have kind of like been conditioned to this live service mentality where you're just like, no, I want more things for this game that I'm playing right now. And you kind of almost don't want new games. Like, that is very, very weird for me. Like, I prefer the way that Capcom does it, which is like, hey, here's this Monster Hunter game, and then after a while, here's this expansion, and then after a while, it's like, hey, now we're working on the next Monster Hunter game, and we'll come up with a new game, new mechanics, new systems, like a brand new story. I feel like that is much better than just like consistently adding on top of the same game and trying to build more things on top of the same game. They always said that this isn't a live service game. I just think that a lot of people think that this is a live service game because we got so much free DLC and so much post-release support. But as far as I'm concerned, what that was basically, you know, really good consumer attitude and just like really good bang for your buck. Like, as far as I can tell, this has been one of the best games in the past 10 years when it comes to being consumer friendly. Because like, look, you buy the game, here's all this free DLC, and then you get this expansion, and here's all this free DLC on top of it. And it's just like hours upon hours. Like, I personally have coming up on 2,600 hours of playing this game, which is pretty friggin' crazy when you think about it. And I've had a fantastic time. And I'm super happy about it. And in a lot of ways, I'm a little bit sad to know, this is going to be the last update. But in a lot of other ways, I'm also super happy because I can't wait to see what else the Monster Hunter team is going to bring to us. But anyway, I'm sure you guys tuned in because you want to get like the summary of what the update is going to be bringing. And there's going to be different updates at different times, but they kind of like told us everything about the next couple of content pieces that are going to be added into the game. So naturally, the very first thing that they talked about is kind of what most of the community saw coming like a million miles away. Fatalis is being added into Monster Hunter World. The surprising thing is that they were not initially planning on putting Fatalis, but once they did the 15-year anniversary of the Monster Hunter franchise, like so many people were like, oh, Fatalis is in there, he's coming to Monster Hunter World. And they saw that hype and they were just like, we need to give these hunters Fatalis. And that's kind of what they did for the final update of Monster Hunter World Iceborne. We're going back to Castle Shrade, which is actually really cool because we're going back to the old world. Like, we're coming from the new world into the old world to go and fight Fatalis at Castle Shrade. I hope we get a little bit more lore as well around Fatalis and all of that stuff, particularly for hunters like myself that maybe played the earlier games but didn't get too in depth with them, didn't really get onto the G rank and all that stuff. And I really hope that we get a little bit more lore around Fatalis. They also said that they're going to be diving in on the story of the excitable A-lister a little bit more. And as a matter of fact, if you pay attention in the cutscene, this is something that was called to me because when it was happening at the time, I was just like so hyped about Fatalis, I didn't even notice it. But if you pay attention during the cutscene, the excitable A-lister actually gets burned to a crisp. Now, is he going to survive that? Could he potentially even die? Because they said we're going to be diving into his past, and I wonder if they're going to, build up a little bit more of drama in Monster Hunter to kind of like, oh man, this excitable A-lister, he died, and that's never really been the type of game that Monster Hunter is, but I wonder if they're trying to go that route. I mean, who knows? Maybe the excitable A-lister will die, maybe he won't. We'll figure it out at a later date, I'm sure. Anyway, they also announced that they are bringing in Arch-Tempered Velkhana. At the end of the video, I'll show you guys the summary with pretty much all of the dates and all of that stuff. And they're adding a new skill into the game, which is called Clutch Claw Boost. I believe they're actually going to call this the Shaver skill or something like that. And basically, that allows you to wound monsters easier if you happen to have like a quick weapon like the sword and shield, the dual blades, the long sword. All of those weapons, if you use this particular skill, you'll be able to wound in one hit On the other hand, if you have something like a greatsword, your attacks still wound just as easily, but you will also extract ammunition from the monster, which for a weapon like the greatsword is also particularly important because you can use the ammo from the monster to actually skip right into true charge slash, which makes that particularly important, and it's pretty cool. Now, in my opinion, I gotta say, I feel like this should just be added baseline because the idea that they're adding a decoration to do this feels kind of weird. I almost feel like, you know, the clutch claw has been this thing that they've finally reached the conclusion. It's like, look, this isn't really working. Most people are just complaining about it. Here, let's just put this skill in so that everybody can skip a lot of the mechanics of the clutch claw and not actually have to deal with, you know, attacking twice to wound or anything like that. And I just feel like just make that baseline and boom, it's fixed. It's not even a problem anymore. But anyway, on top of all of that stuff, we're also going to be getting a couple of new things. We're going to be getting a new melding ritual added to the Elder Melder. This one's going to be called the Soul Stream 3, and it is most likely going to give you a higher chance to get some of those higher rarity decorations. But as we all know, Desire Sensor is a thing, so I still expect this particular melding ritual to yield some pretty low rarity decorations from time to time. You know, your mileage is going to vary based around your luck. On top of that, decorations of rarity 9 or above can now be used in meld decorations. I wasn't even aware that you couldn't use them. I've just been using so many decos, I just thought you could use whatever you wanted, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, now you'll also be able to craft these decorations. Pay attention, you're crafting these. You're not like melding them from one of a melding ritual. You're straight up melding this decoration. So you can get these now, and these decorations are very important because it is the Elementalist Jewel 2, and I know that one doesn't matter at all, but the Shield Jewel 2, I lost count of how many people tell me in the comment section that they've played for like over 1,000 hours and they've never seen a Shield Jewel drop. Well, once this update goes live, which is going to be the 1st of October, you'll be able to just flat out craft a Shield Jewel. You're also going to be able to get a Sharp Jewel, a Dragon Seal Jewel, a Mighty Bow Jewel, and a Mind's Eye Jewel. So for anyone that's been suffering from some pretty bad RNG with these particular decorations, you're going to be able to just flat out get them on the 1st of October. So keep that in mind. Then a couple more things. New BGM can now be played on your room in Selyana. This is new background music. New designs for squad card. New layered armor added. This is the master rank layered armor that you've all been asking for, okay? So it is coming. 1st of October, all of the armor in the game can be layered. And I know that this is already probably a thing on PC, but hey, on the consoles, we still don't have that. But 1st of October, you can layer any armor that you want. Now keep in mind, some armor is going to require event tickets. So I'm thinking stuff like buff body, some of the arch tempereds, maybe. You need some of those tickets to get like that particular monster's armor as layered. So, you know, expect to have to grind some of the events to get some of these master rank armors, but they will be available for you to craft. I know that I'm going to be grinding the whole thing. Every master rank armor set, I'm going to grind it all so that I can craft all of them. That's just what I tend to do in this game anyway. Furthermore, new decoration rewards added as Steamworks Overdrive bonus, unpurchased downloadable content within the follow. Okay, this is just an update to the store to have better categories and whatnot, so it's not a big deal. A couple of adjustments. Wounds inflicted on monsters now take longer to disappear. So not only you get the decoration that makes it easier for you to wound, wounding now also lasts longer because this was a major complaint of the community. A lot of people were upset because of how, you know, how fast the thing goes away. Some people don't even worry about it. I know that I don't, as a Gunlance user, I never worry too much about wounding. I just go in there and I just chill and like, whatever. Usually by the time that, you know, depending on the monster that you're fighting, because you have so few openings, by the time you're done wounding, the monster just goes on a completely, you know, rage mode berserk and you can't even touch it until he's done. So furthermore, carved face stones and sealed face stones now have a higher chance to be appraised as high rarity decorations. So this is basically, again, making it easier for you to get those high rarity decorations. Sealed face stones have a higher chance to drop from the special rewards of investigations for threat level 3 tempered monsters. And these are like the highest tier of decorations. So basically doing threat level 3 investigations is going to be even better now. The following charms have been added. The Shaver charm, which I believe this is the charm that gives you the skill for the whole wounding thing, but you'll probably want to get the decoration instead. Earplugs Charm 5, so you can upgrade Earplugs Charm to get full earplugs in just the charm and nothing else. Master's Charm 5, so that will be Critical Eye level 5. Critical Charm 3, naturally critical boost. Exploiter Charm 3, so Weakness Exploit level 3. And Handicraft Charm 5. Which is pretty damn good. This is we've been wanting these upgrades for quite some time. At least I know that I want that Master's Charm 5, dude. I want that so bad because I've been very unlucky with the Critical Eye decorations, as you guys probably know by now. The following decorations have been added: Diversion Jewel 3, Acrobat Jewel 3, and Shaver Jewel 3. Now, I don't remember exactly what Diversion and Acrobat are about, but these are like some earrings that you can get from the arena, and they were not available as decorations previously. I believe that one of those, either Diversion or Acrobat, is basically something that causes monsters to attack you more often. So maybe the other one does the opposite and causes monsters to attack you less often. I don't remember what one of them does. I'm sorry. I'm too lazy to go check it out now. Also, other miscellaneous bug fixes have been made. Anyway, we also have a couple of new pendants, and naturally a lot of this stuff is going to be paid for, but we do get the Super 8 pendant, which I believe this is that little robot octopus looking thing. You get that one for free. And then you also have the paid version of pendants, and the mechanical gold watch looked really good. I hope that they do like a bundle of DLC like they did for Hunter World. I'm probably gonna buy the whole thing. I also get a blazing glavinus candle and a bunch of more goodies. You get some room decor, and you get some additional monster figures. I'm disappointed with the monster figures because we still don't have Seething Basil Goose. Give me Seething Basil Goose, okay? We already have Alatreon. Where's my Seething Basil Goose? That's what I want to know, Capcom. I already bought the Gajalaka King. I expect to see a Seething Basil Goose for my room. Thank you very much. Moving right along, they're also going to be adding a new festival, as is usual. This new festival is going to be essentially the Halloween-themed festival. They're calling it the Fun Fright Fest. And in the Fun Fright Fest, you're going to have the usual stuff that you get with all of these festivals. You're going to get a new costume for the handler. You're going to get, you know, the decorations on the gathering hubs. Snowman's gonna get a visual makeover, and you know, you got the whole ticket situation, which for those of you that still don't know how the tickets work, because I get these questions so often, the way that it works: on the first day of the festival, go to the resource center, grab your dailies, which is basically like a bunch of bounties that you have to do, like, you know, kill a flying wyvern, kill an elder dragon, something along those lines, right? Complete all of those, and you're gonna have enough tickets to craft the first armor, okay? Also collect your daily login bonus. And after you craft that first armor, basically you equip that armor, make a set around it, and then whenever you do any quest, there's a chance that you get a VIP ticket. You don't need to use the armor, but the armor increases the chances for you getting the VIP ticket. Basically, just playing the game during the event, doing any quest that you want, there's a chance for you getting a VIP ticket. If you add the full set of armor, there's an increased chance of you getting a VIP ticket. That's how that works, okay? Demon Lord Alpha Armor, which is the new festival armor, and you know, some rewards for the Hunter Helper as well, which is usual. And they say here bonus skills added to obtain special rewards more easily. This is the bonus skill from the set of the armor set that you make from the event. They're also adding new Palico stuff. They're adding research requests, decoration items, special items at the Steamworks, as they do for all of the festivals, which, by the way, right now in the game, all of the festivals are going on back to back. Literally, if you missed anything from the festivals, now is going to be a good time for you to just like join in on the game and check out all of the festivals that are going on. And finally, let's get down to brass tacks and talk about dates for all of these events that we have been discussing throughout this video, as well as some events that we have not discussed throughout this video. So starting things off on September 5th, we're going to be getting the Iceborne 1-year anniversary event quest, which is Mewar number 1 and Old Dog New Trick. So naturally, some of it is going to involve you know, the Palicos, I would imagine, and the other one's going to involve Odogarons or something like that. These quests are only going to be available throughout September 5th to September 7th. So these are going to be on a tight window, so plan your schedules accordingly if you want to do the whole completionist thing. But I believe that these events will probably return at a later date, so if you miss them, you'll probably still be able to get them later. But still, if you want to get them early, you want to make sure that you can log in between September 5th and 7th. It's only 2 quests, quests. So I don't expect that to, you know, take you too long. Finally, another event quest that they did not mention is we're going to be getting Kushala Daora, Teostra, and Lunastra as tempered, you know, on their own individual events. And these are going to be fought on the Selyana supply cache. Now, this was actually a zone of the game that I felt was, you know, critically underutilized, like criminally is actually what I meant to say, criminally underutilized. This is the arena where you first fight Velkhana, if I remember correctly, and they even have the Dragon Razor, I think, which is like that auto cannon that shoots, and it's really cool. And then they have the thing that shoots the spike into Velkhana, and then we never see that particular location be used again. It feels like such a complete waste. And it's pretty cool that you have all of those mechanics in there. It just kind of sucks that they use them on one quest and you never get to go back there again. I really expected us to go back there, and it kind of sucks that only now they're adding some of these events. It almost feels like they forgot that area existed. They're like, nah, dude, let's do guiding lands and all of this other stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, we forgot that other map existed. So they're adding these tempered monsters to that area. So, you know, it's going to be a cool way to fight them. It's going to be Kushala Daora, Teostra, and Lunastra. Kushala from the September 11th to September 17th, Teostra from the 18th to the 24th, and Lunastra from the 25th to the 30th. Then for Iceborne 1-year anniversary, also we have the Astera Fest / Selyana Fest Rush. So from August 21st to September 3rd, which is going on right now, you have the Winter Star Fest and the Holiday Joy Fest. So the Holiday Joy Fest in Selyana and the Winter Star Fest in Astera. So if you missed anything from these two fests, now's the time to get them. Also remember, you can look the name of these festivals in my channel, and you'll find a guide for all of the events that were new for those festivals in case you need that. Then from September 4th to September 17th, it is the Appreciation Fest and the Grand Appreciation Fest. Once again, you can look these up on the channel and you can figure out what's new for those events and if there's anything specific that you want. Then from September 18th to September the 30th, it is the Spring Blossom Fest and the Full Bloom Fest. Now I actually have to log in during these because I'm missing like one VIP ticket from Full Bloom Fest to do all of the pendants or something like that. But yeah, those are the things that are going to be happening throughout the month of September. Then when we get to October, we have the 5th major title update, which is deploying on October 1st, and you are going to be getting the new monster Fatalis, which we already talked about, and the master rank layered armor. And they also put a note here saying some of the armor is going to require material from an event quest that is going to be available later, which means that maybe not exactly all of it is going to be available on the 1st of October. Some of the stuff is going to be tied to events, which, like I said, most likely some of these Arch-Tempereds and so on and so forth. Then for the Arch-Tempered Velkhana, that appears that it's not going to be coming exactly on October 1st. They just say available fall, so a bit further ahead. But don't worry, because you got Fatalis to keep you occupied for quite some time. And then finally, we have the final festival that they are developing because, you know, when you get to Christmas, they're probably going to cycle in the usual festivals that we tend to get, like the Winter Festival, the Holiday Joy Fest, all of that stuff. It just starts going on its cycle for the next couple of years or so. So the events are still going to be going in and out. I would expect them to at some point just add all of the events in there, boom, be done with it. But, you know, anyway, the Autumn Harvest for Astera and the Fun Fright, which is the first time that it's coming to Selyana, and that is going to be October 16th to November 5th, and it is going to have all the stuff that we talked about previously in the video. Hopefully this summary was useful if you didn't feel like watching the whole live stream. And again, remember, if you're sad because like they're stopping the support of Iceborne, just remember that they are working on the next Monster Hunter game, which is going to be way cooler than if they were to just like do 5 or 6 expansions to Monster Hunter World Iceborne, okay? They're going to be developing something for the next generation consoles. Most likely, we might even see a Monster Hunter come out on the Switch. There's going to be plenty of Monster Hunter to play still, even in Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne and the new Monster Hunters that are coming up ahead. Like, don't be sad because they're ending this. Be happy because they're not milking you dry and instead are actually going to work on something new to get you excited in a couple of years, or maybe even, I don't know exactly when it's coming out. I'm not even going to bother doing predictions. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Helps out a lot. Imagine how much you think it helps. You know, just think it in your head. How much would it actually help Rurikhan if I hit the like button, right? Then multiply that by 9,000. That's actually how much it helps. Thank you all very much. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.